Hi, welcome. Do you have a reservation? Great, you must be exactly who I've been waiting for. Mm-hmm. How was your travel? Good. Well, I know it's kind of late, but we do have a couple things to work through just to get you checked in, to get everything ready for your weekend. Okay. Did you want to? You can put your stuff down. We'll get it taken up to your room. Okay. And did you want any? Are you hungry, thirsty? Need anything? Do you need to use the restroom facilities? Yeah, of course. We have water, we have a variety of teas, coffee, but I know it's late, so you might not want some of that. Soda, juice, hot tea, excuse me. Yeah, we have chamomile, we have a green tea, we have an Earl Grey, we have English breakfast, we have lemon, we have a ginger honey, and we also have a sleepy time. Sure, absolutely. 1 second. Hey, Julie, can you get some of the sleepy time tea and water? They just arrived. Great, thank you. Okay, Julie will be up in a minute with that. Oh, don't worry about it. It's no problem. She actually usually works the day and I work the night, so she's winding down for bed, as I'm sure you're ready to be too, hence the sleepy time. Well, hopefully by the end of this, you'll be all nice and relaxed and ready to just slip into bed. They're really, really comfortable, so I think you'll definitely enjoy it. Okay. Well, have you stayed with us before? No, I didn't think so. I don't recognize you. Have you ever stayed at a bed and breakfast before? No? Okay. Great, first time. It's exciting. Well, I can fill you in on everything to expect. I know that some people get a little bit of anxiety when they're not sure what's going on, but I'm here to answer all of your questions and probably to provide you with more information than you knew you needed. So I'll try not to overwhelm you. I'll try to keep it nice and slow. Feel free to interrupt at any point in time if you want clarification on anything. Okay? All right. And judging by your file here, you already put a credit card on file when you made your reservation, and we don't really like to deal with that anyway until checkout, so we're not going to have to deal with any of the monetary or any of the more boring stuff right now. We're just going to be doing all the fun stuff. Okay? All right. Okay. So, can I just verify some details about your stay to make sure we have everything right? Great. Okay. So I have you in here for 3 nights and 4 days, correct? Okay. And I see that you have a late checkout on your last day, right? The 7 p.m. Okay. All right. And we have you in room 6, which is up the stairs to the side off the kitchen there. And that area is really nice because it's super private. The steps are quite steep, so we'll assist you getting your luggage up if you need. But aside from that, it's one of my favorite rooms on the whole property because it really does feel like you're kind of by yourself. The other rooms are all sort of either near each other or near a common space, so you might have seen that online. Yeah. Okay, and you do have your own bathroom up there. The bathrooms here are a little tight just because that's the style of these older homes. They're not going to be as spacious as most American bathrooms, but there is a full standing shower in there, private toilet, there's a vanity and a sink. There's also a really nice big windowsill, so if you need a place to put any of your little toiletries, I find that that's a really good area to put things. There's not much counter space, yeah, but we do have a couple cabinets up on the walls that have like a hair dryer and some additional soaps and toilet paper. We do have a maid who comes and sort of refreshes the room each day. If you don't want that service, there's a small sort of door hanger that's currently on the inside of your door, and you can just stick it on the outside if you don't want your room to be turned that day. If you do, our maid is a close family friend. She's incredibly trustworthy and sweet. She'll never touch any of your things unless it's just to move, like clothes off the bed if she's changing your sheets or just making the bed back up. Right. She won't touch through any of your things, but I know that some people just like their kind of personal space anyway, so there's no offense taken if you don't want the turn down service. Okay, good. In terms of your used towels, all of that is provided, of course. We have hooks in the bathroom up there that you can hang them on. If you want to change out your towel every day, there's plenty enough to do that. If you don't, you can just leave them on the hook and those will be marked as still in use. Any towels that you feel need to be cleaned, you can just leave on the floor, preferably of the bathroom, because it is tile and the main bedroom's a hardwood floor, so just to avoid any water stains or anything like that, you can just throw them on the floor in the bathroom. Okay. I'm just making note of everything we talk about to make sure I don't forget anything. Sometimes I miss a spot or two, especially if I get off course a little bit, but so far so good. So let's see. There is an air conditioning unit in the room. I know it kind of scares some people to think that there's no central air in the house, but these units that we have are quite new actually. They're sort of long bars, and there's a remote that will be on your nightstand that controls the unit. They're incredibly responsive. Most people keep their doors shut. We're going to give you a key, obviously, to lock the door as well when you leave. We do have spare copies, so it's not a huge deal if you leave yours or lock it in the room. Obviously, try not to lose it when you're out and about, but no big deal. If you do, things happen. This key ring will have the key to your room and a second key which lets you in and out of the house. So for most of the day, the house will be unlocked because Julie and I will be here and we handle everything. We're usually around, but sometimes we go out with our friends or just to grab a bite to eat, get some groceries if we need, anything like that. So there are certain points during the day where the main doors may be locked if neither one of us is here. Also after 8 p.m., just out of precautionary measures, we tend to lock the doors anyway, regardless of whether or not we're here. And I know that there's a lot of great nightlife that you might want to enjoy while you're here. So if you are coming home after 8, you will need that key to get in and out. We do have a doorbell if worse comes to worse and you end up locking yourself out somehow. You can just ring the doorbell and it will buzz down to our apartment downstairs and we'll come out and get you. Okay, so don't ever be shy. If you need to, also in the book there'll be a sort of binder upstairs on your bed that has our personal cell phone numbers in it. So you can always plug those into your phone or write them down and have those on hand in the event that there's an emergency. And if you feel uncomfortable ringing the bell, you can just give us a call. I'm a pretty light sleeper, and I'm usually awake if we have guests coming in the late evening, like tonight. I do the night services. So I might hear the phone, but on the off chance I don't, the bell can always be your last resort, and don't feel bad, okay? All right. Okay. So have you been to this area before? Do you live on the East Coast? Really? Okay. All right, great. Well, as I was saying, there's plenty to do around here. In that same binder upstairs, there's a list of a lot of the nearby restaurants. Some little, like, we have a deli just down the street from here that isn't technically a restaurant, but they do have sandwiches and drinks and chips and things like that, along with all of the restaurants that are on the main drag. There are really two sort of main streets, and we're just one street parallel up from the very busy street. So it's nice and quiet here, pretty much all hours, but you are just one road away from the very busy street, and then the next 10 feet is the beach. So if you are looking to hit up any of those spots, you just straight out of our front door here, go about 10 paces forward, and you'll hit the next block. Yep. And let's see, that main street is going to have restaurants, gift shops, all kinds of little places you can pop in and see what's going on. There are a lot of street performers. I highly recommend checking out the library. It's really, really neat. There's a really cool surprise on the second floor. And the post office is pretty cool. They have a lot of postcards if you wanted to send anything to any of your family or friends, just for a laugh. I know not many people use postcards anymore, but they're neat and they have really pretty pictures on them, if nothing else. Let's see. The ocean, like I said, is a stone's throw away from here. It's really not that far, just 2 roads over. Everything is easily walkable from here. I will say that on the road we're on, the further you go down, it gets a little hilly, but the main street is actually quite flat. So in the event that you're riding a bike, which there are a lot of bike rentals, or even just walking, if you don't want much of a challenge, I know it gets really hot out there, you can... Hey, thanks, Julie. Yeah, you could just pop it right here. Yep, they're staying in room 6. Yeah. Okay. Great. Good night. Okay, so that's Julie. Now you've met both of us, and you can have 2 friendly faces around. This is our property completely, so no one else is in charge per se, or should be causing you any trouble. If you need anything, just the 2 of us, okay? All right. Anyhow, I don't know where I was going with the hill thing. I guess just letting you know that the terrain changes a little bit on this road to the next road. The ocean also has some kayak rentals. There are a lot of beachfront little places that you can go and have a drink, have a bite to eat, just look out. It's really, really peaceful and nice, and there's a little bit of a harbor nearby as well, and that area can be a little loud if the boats are coming and going, but it's really nice to look at. Yeah. Do you like the ocean much? Do you go swimming? Yeah. There have been some shark attacks lately, which has been crazy, but nothing really right here where we are, but actually not far away in Eastham. Yeah. A lot of people are like obsessed with these little cell phone apps now. They have shark trackers, and if you see anything, you can report it on your little app. So if you are worried about that, you can download. I think it's literally just called Shark Attack, and then you can type in the zip code, which our address is on that binder as well. Yeah, but they do have kayaks and paddle boards, bike rentals. There's not a whole lot of snorkeling, but there's whale watching and some other little ferry rides you can take. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, so good question. So since this is a bed and breakfast, essentially we have meal time in the morning that's included. So with the price that you've already paid for booking your room, every morning we have a pretty nice, I think, spread of different foods. So we'll make like muffins, coffee cakes, we make little egg omelets that you can have slightly modified based on. Do you have anything special about your diet? Anything we should know about? Allergies? It can even just be things you don't like. Okay. Okay, got that. So we'll know to make something separate in the event that any of those ingredients would be included, or we'll just let you know. Yeah, of course. We have a variety of cereals that we'll bring out. We have some oatmeal. We have a toaster where you can make bagels and breads. This area is known for having amazing bakery products. And if you do get a chance, I highly recommend going to the Portuguese bakery in town, just on the next street over. And they have incredible, everything there is really, really good. But they make this kind of fried dough bread with the cinnamon sugar on it that is just to die for if you like that kind of thing. So I highly recommend that. But we'll have bagels and toast, jam, butters, all kinds of things for you to choose from. We also have a couple Keurig machines which allow you to make coffees, teas, and even hot chocolate if you're into that. Yeah, and those things are actually accessible around the clock, the Keurigs, and any leftovers that we have of our muffins or pound cake or whatever we have from that day. We have a small sideboard in the kitchen that will have all of those leftovers, and you're welcome to help yourself throughout the day. Yeah, because all of that's included in your meal, your room fee. So anything that you want, as much as you want, is perfectly fine. We'll also have some seasonal fruits cut up and ready for you. And I don't know how socially inclined you are, but breakfast time is pretty fun because it's the one time of day where most of the residents who are guests here will actually run into each other. A lot of the rest of the day, people are out and about, kind of doing their own thing mostly, and eating in town. So breakfast is a nice time to just kind of say hi to whoever else is here. And if you're not particularly comfortable in social situations, that's totally fine. Julie and I will have your back. You don't have to contribute any more than you want to, but everyone here right now is super nice, and they might ask you some questions about yourself, but they're not going to be rude or very headstrong. Yeah. Everyone just kind of shares stories and maybe talks about their day from the day before a little bit if they want to. If there's a newcomer like you, they might, talk a little bit to them as well. Yeah, it's really low pressure. And breakfast is served from 8 to 10, so you have a pretty wide window to get everything ready. Yeah. Sometimes we have everything set out by like 7:30, so I didn't actually ask, are you in town for anything in particular? Okay. That's great. Yeah. We do have a lot of arts here, so but your program isn't until later in the day. Okay. Well, that's good. So you'll have some time to kind of hang out around that, do your own thing. Good. Yeah, well, if you ever wanted to come down a little earlier, I don't know how early you wake up, but we usually have most things laid out by 7:30, but we just kind of give ourselves that buffer until 8 o'clock, just to make sure that everything's ready. Yeah, you're always welcome to come down sooner and hang out. And there is a TV in your room. All of the channel guides are listed in that binder. Again, that binder is really kind of the holy grail to everything here. But all of your channels are listed in there. The remote for that will also be on your nightstand. And we don't have any televisions, though, in the main living area. It's kind of more suited just for eating and talking. Yeah. Okay. Shoot. My computer just froze a little bit. I'm gonna have to restart it. I'm sorry. I don't know why this is happening. Oh, you're welcome to sip on your tea a little bit. Are you sure you didn't want any biscuits or cookies or anything? There are some chocolates up on your pillow. Okay. Positive. Alright. Well, help yourself there to your tea. I'm gonna try to get this fixed really quick. I know you're probably ready to go to bed. Traveling does take a lot out of you. It's really surprising. You think just because you're sort of walking and then sitting for most of the day that it's not that big of a deal, but once you reach your destination, it's always like, just ready to unload, right? That gets me thinking, actually, since I'm wasting your time here. I have a friend who comes and does massages from time to time, and usually she'll charge, like, we sort of help each other with business kind of thing, and it's an additional cost. But she was actually telling me lately that she's been wanting to pick up some extra work, and I'd be happy to compensate with a free massage if you were interested. Yeah. Well, some people don't like being touched by strangers, which I understand, but would that be something you'd be interested in? I could have her booked for any of the days you're here. Oh yeah, of course. I think she recently had some new classes and is really looking to put some of those techniques into play, so this is still booting up. I can give her a call real quick and see if she's available. Would you want to do that like tomorrow after breakfast? Yeah, that way, you could really sleep in and enjoy your meal. We can set it up for like 10 or 10:30, whenever you wanted to. Yeah, let's shoot for 10:30 so that you can, if you wanted to get a shower or just hang out a little bit after breakfast and digest and, get yourself oriented, you could do that. And then after the massage, you can go and explore town with a fresh body. Yeah. Okay. Of course, yeah. That's one of the nice parts about staying at a bed and breakfast as opposed to like a chain hotel. We can do cool stuff like this. Yeah. Did you have any particularly troublesome areas that you wanted me to tell her? Shoulders and feet? Got it. Okay. Let me give her a call real quick. Hey, Jazz, it's Elo. I'm good. How are you? Good. I have a guest who's checking in right now, and my computer went all wonky and is taking a while to reboot. And obviously, it's pretty late, and it's been a long travel day. So I was thinking maybe since you were looking to pick up some more clients, maybe we could schedule a massage to kind of compensate. Yeah. We were thinking maybe tomorrow after breakfast, like 10:30. Is 10:15 okay with you? So that way by the hour it'll be 11:15. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Yes, the neck, shoulders area and the feet. Okay. Room 6. Okay. Yeah, do you want me to have everything set up there, or? Yeah, we could do that. Okay. All right, thanks so much. See you tomorrow. Bye. Okay. That works out perfectly, actually. She had something going on around like 11:45, so finishing at 11:15 would be better. Okay, cool. Yay, that's exciting. All right, and this is all booted back up now, so we are good to continue. Let me just pull back up your file here. Sorry. All right. Great. So we've talked about how long you're staying, your late checkout, the room you're in, maid service, towels, doorbell, phone numbers, the ocean and the layout, the rentals, your food allergies or preferences, and when breakfast is. And we've got you now for a massage for an hour tomorrow at 10:15 a.m. with Jasmine. Yeah, she's super nice. She's very petite, but she's been my best friend for a number of years, and she'll do an excellent job. I've gotten a few massages from her myself. They always feel really, really good. She's a lot stronger than she looks. Yeah. She's pretty much one of our family, so same rules apply. If there's anything you need to say to her, feel free. Like if the pressure needs to be adjusted or anything, just don't be shy in your massage either. Yeah, it'll all be fine. So I just wanted to show you real quick also. There's another one of these maps up in your handy dandy binder, but this is a depiction of where we're kind of at right now. And as you can see, we're here. This is the main road running through, and then one block down is the beach road like I was talking about. And a lot of this area is very bikeable, but I would suggest that if you wanted to go to anywhere on the other side, you sort of drive over there first. There's a lot of public parking that's marked on this map. I wouldn't recommend driving your car anywhere on the main road because there's very scarce parking and there's really no need for it since we're so close anyway. But just so you know, it can be really, really cramped and hard to drive on that main drag. So I would recommend just keeping your car sort of north of where we are right now. There are a lot of different parks as well, really cool dunes. You can go dune racing if you wanted to. It's a rental, but still it's a fun thing to do. And I really, really like pretty much all of the lighthouses. The Race Point Lighthouse, which is on the other side, and the water over there is insanely clear. A lot of times you can see like seals pretty close actually to the shoreline, and whales off in the distance. So it's really cool for sort of nature, just looking at nature as well. There's a lot of great rocks and sea glass, and the beach isn't super crowded, so you can bring a chair if you want. We have a whole stack of chairs on the side of the house. You're welcome to borrow one and take it with you and go sit and get some sun, or go enjoy the waves. It's really, really peaceful. Yeah. And in terms of food, the binder has everything, like I said, that's even on this whole part of Provincetown area. But I'm also going to tell you just a few of my favorites real quick, things that I think are worth going to. Definitely the Portuguese bakery, like I was talking about, is for me a must-see or must-eat. There's also a place called Spiritus Pizza, which is kind of at the far end from where we are now, but the pizza is amazing. The slices are gigantic. They are cash only, but there are some ATMs along the way if you didn't bring any cash with you. And they also have really, really good Haagen-Dazs ice cream, all kinds. I always get dark chocolate ice cream and put in like chopped up bananas and Twix, and it's so good. There are a lot of great little places along the way to eat at. If you like seafood, the Lobster Shack or the Lobster Pot is like a landmark. It's been on some famous TV shows too, and has a lot going for it in terms of seafood, but most of the places around here are top notch when it comes to seafood. It's all incredibly fresh and delicious. There's a Ben and Jerry's and some other places to get ice cream. I prefer going to the bakeries, and I think all of them are worth it. They have really good black and white cookies. They have Italian ice. And then, of course, a lot of the stores are going to be really, really popular right now, especially because of Pride going on. We have huge nightlife, couple clubs. Don't be confused by the fact that there's a post office club and there's an actual post office. Those are not the same thing. Like I said, there's a lot of street performers and t-shirt shops. The t-shirt shops mainly have like knickknacks and little souvenir type things, but there are also some really high-end stores as well. My favorite store to visit is Monty's, which is not far from here. And in the downstairs area, they have a lot of really nice sort of home goods type stuff. And their candle selection is incredible. They have those woodwick burning candles that like crackle really nicely. Yeah, and they have such interesting smells too, available. And then the upstairs of that store is 100% Christmas decorations. They do have some Halloween and other stuff, but most of the whole store is Christmas all year round. So that's just really magical and fun to see. Yeah. So there's always something to do and something to look at. And one of my favorite parts about being here, living here, is that you're kind of invisible, but in a good way. No one's ever really judging you or staring at you funny, because we're all kind of equally, you're in the arts as well, so you understand to a point. It's like there's just no judgment really here, which I think is really awesome. And I don't know how you feel about pets, but there's a huge dog scene as well. A lot of the stores leave out dog bowls, and a lot of dogs are around hanging out. They're usually on leashes with their owners, so you don't have to worry about anything. They're all incredibly accustomed to people. You could probably tell that the houses here are really tight together. Yeah, and it's kind of fun sometimes just to walk and look at the houses as well. And we have some pretty old and neat graveyards nearby. And of course there's the Pilgrim Monument as well. Yeah, it is awesome. The tours stop, I forget exactly when. I think it's around 3 p.m., even though the monument itself I think is open until 4 or 5. So you might want to go earlier in the day, but you can walk all the way up to the top, and if you bring some quarters, there are zoom lenses up there, and you can check out essentially the whole of Provincetown from an eagle's view. It's really, really cool and really pretty. There's like a plexiglass or thick polyglass separating you, so it's very, very safe. You don't have to worry about falling or feeling, I don't know if you're scared of heights, but it doesn't feel like you're gonna fall off. It's pretty well enclosed, even though you can still see out really well. And the breeze up there is tremendous. Like, it's just so comfortable and relaxing. The viewfinders too actually have little maps on them so that they can kind of navigate you to look at lighthouses and other particular landmarks. Yeah, it's really neat. And then at the base of the monument, there is it's kind of off to the side, but there's a really, really neat museum, and it has amazing historical artifacts, just the whole history in there. You could really spend hours reading all of it, and they have some local art. Some of the displays are made by local artists, both living and deceased. They're just really, really cool, and obviously since it has to do with the initial voyage and landing here, obviously it's not all pleasant, but I think it's pretty historically accurate, and they don't try to really sugarcoat anything. They really do talk about both the good and the bad, and I just think that it's really well done. It's very educational. Yep. Yeah, this was actually the first, or that area was actually the first spot that was landed at. Everyone thinks it was Plymouth Rock, but this is actually where they came. Yeah, it's pretty amazing to like look out and think about how much the landscape has changed, since then, and how different this place looked from where they were from, too. And then, of course, we're just a short drive away from Cape Cod, which has all kinds of stuff. Mini golf. There's a really, really cool flea market that's held at an old drive-in movie theater in the parking lot, and you can find all kinds of stuff there. War relics, current like fads. When I was younger, they had a boatload of like Pokemon cards when that was popular. So anything current like that, if you have any children, nieces, nephews, or anything like that that you would want to kind of do some shopping for, the flea market is a great place to find all kinds of things, and stuff you didn't really know you wanted either. Yeah, they do have some food there too, but also right down the road is like Arnold's, which is a pretty award-winning seafood, and they have other things as well. That place is cash only also. I would kind of just recommend carrying a little, not a lot, but just a little bit of cash on you, like maybe $50 or less, anywhere you go, because some stores are cash only. So I don't know what your budget's kind of like, but eating the seafood can be pretty expensive, like sometimes $20 a plate. So I would say 50 would cover a meal and any unexpected purchases in that vein, but you could also get away with not doing that at all. There are some much more affordable options for food, definitely, and it's all really good, like I was saying. Okay. All right. I know I have talked your ear off. How is that sleepy time tea? Kind of hitting you. I see your eyes are closing a little bit. Well, I don't want to keep you for too much longer. Did you have any more questions? Did I cover everything? Yeah, there's no wake-up call necessarily here. You might hear some creaking, some noises from the pipes if people are turning on their showers, but usually that air conditioning unit has a really nice white noise that kind of drowns out most of the background noise. It's peaceful, but you shouldn't be disturbed too much. It is an older house, so you know the walls are not soundproof by any means, but yeah. Yeah, it's really, really cute, I think. Thank you. We fell in love with it and just knew this was the right spot for us, so. Well, good. I'm so glad you're here. If you have any other questions, like I said, just let me know. I'm Elo. Julie is the one who's probably asleep by now. And we've got your key. We've got you set up for that massage tomorrow morning. Your map and all that information will be up in your binder. If you need anything else, please just let me know. We will definitely see you tomorrow for breakfast whenever you're ready. And I really just hope that you enjoy your stay here. I'm glad that your class brought you here, and good luck with it. Yeah, you'll have to tell me more about it tomorrow. Okay, well, I will let you go. Sorry for keeping you. I hope that you sleep well. Did you want some help getting your bags upstairs? Okay. Okay, well, it's just the red key is to let you into the house. The blue key is to let you into your room. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you made it safe. All right. Have a good night.